Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope you're well. We are back in Butterfly Valley and we're going to be working on our new Jaguar habitat today. We've got our lovely two cats in here having fun. And yeah, so last time I just set out the shape of the habitat, bit of water. I've got this elevated viewing platform here and obviously the waterfall as well. And so I'm going to really try and fill it out today with all sorts of nice swampy looking things. So first thing we're going to do is get some rocks in. I'm going to go with the mossy rocks. These are the dynamic ones, which means if you turn them around, the moss moves. But generally I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Let's just get the angle snap off. But what I need to do is just hide the edge of the waterfall here. Let's just find a few interesting shapes. There we go. Lovely job. And something over here, and something a bit smaller. Try and keep it looking interesting. I'll probably put a little thing over the back here. So I think what I'll do is just get a few rocks there. Actually, do you know what? It looks quite nice like that. I don't really need to show you exactly where the water's coming from, I don't think. So yeah, I might just leave it like that. Let's just fill this gap in here a little bit. And over this side. Just try and mix it up a bit. There we go, that's a nice one. Cool, okay, so that's the waterfall looking pretty decent. So I need to block this off over here, and I was going to do this with some nice rocks as well. Try and get this looking like it's a realistic structure, not just floating in midair. It's not always the easiest things to do, but generally, yeah, see one of these right in here like that makes the whole thing look nice and solid, at least, doesn't it? In fact, I might just get a second one like that. It at least looks like it's kind of realistic, isn't it? Tell you what I might do, actually, I might just expand that out a little bit. Create a bit of an overlap, kind of a little lip. And again, I'll cover that with a whole load of foliage to make it look better. Nice. Well, it's it's proving to be quite popular, isn't it? I'll tell you what I could do. Just a thought. Let's just have a go. See if I can encourage people to go further out. Unfortunately, they don't. They sort of get to here and then stop. However, I think, excuse me, I am still quite poorly at the moment. I apologise. So if I have a coughing fit and you can't hear me properly, I am so sorry. I am getting better, but it's a slow process, unfortunately. There you go, a couple of those vista points over there. That might encourage people to walk across a bit more. There we go, there's someone going over. That's fine. So then I just need to make sure this bit isn't floating either. Let's have a look. Let's get that rock kind of right there, and then I'll give it a base again, so just try and make it look realistic. I'll try and cover this up again, try and make it look nice and jungly. That's quite cool, actually. Yeah, I quite like that. Good. People are spreading out a bit more. Nice. Okay, so let's have a look at the water first. Now I've got an idea with the water, and I've done this before and I think it works really well. So in here, in the gardening bit, you've got some lovely green panels, you see, and these things, look at that, you pop them along the bottom of a little water area like this, and they just create this lovely sort of underlying texture of greenery along the bottom of the water. I think it works really well. Something like that just makes it look like there's stuff growing in the water, basically, which is what you want. You've got to make sure that you don't leave any sort of sharp edges, which I think I've got away with. Yeah, nice. Cool. Let's just do a bit of terrain painting actually while we're here. It's mostly going to be, oh, I don't know actually, I might leave it green. I'm going to do short grass, not long grass, but I think I will try and leave some of it green actually, just to keep the green theme going, because I just want it to look really green and jungly. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so foliage wise, I'm going to need a whole load of, actually, oh, I'm just thinking I might get in the other bits first. I'm just wondering if I've increased their food or anything yet. I don't think I have, no. Right, let's do that. Let's rename it. Let's just get our little maintenance things done. Not that it makes any difference at all, but you know me, I have to do it. Okay, so let's just let's go for some food and water first. Let's just find the Jaguars in here. Oh, whoops, there we go. Oh, they can actually do underwater feeding as well. That's interesting. Let's go for a big food tray. Let's go for a food tray over here, or maybe up on the top there, actually. And then let's give them a big old water trough. Maybe over here if I can. I think that looks right. I know they've got the water there they can drink, but I like to give them a separate trough. And then let's have a look at their beds. So I feel like I should give them some bedding up here. This is actually going to work out quite nice, I think, because what I can do, I can give them that, and then I can come into here and I can extend maybe the roof here. Oh, that was the wrong button to push, wasn't it? Let's try that again. There you go. See, I can bring that out like that, and even a little bit more. Bring it right out so it really creates a proper shelter for them, like that. And then maybe just come into here. Maybe give them some. Actually, I'll tell you what. Is there logs? Let's have a look. Let's find a nice log to try and. Yeah, there we go. That's what it needs, isn't it? As a support. Let's just get a few of these in here. Something like that. Just wondering if I can just try and reinforce it with a sideways one as well. Is that? Yeah, it's wonky, isn't it? Okay, hang on. Let's just try and get it relatively straight. like that. Let's just bring this one in. There we go. Right, so now hopefully that classes as a nice shelter for them. Shelter, there we go. I don't know if they got, yeah, they got shelter under there as well, which is quite cool actually. Let's just make sure they can still, yeah, staff can go everywhere and they can still go everywhere, I think. Oh, they can't get in the water over here. Well, that's no good, is it? I think that's because of this rock. There you go. But also, it's these sides are a bit steep by the looks of it. Not sure I can do that much about that. No, do you know, it's okay, it's okay. They can still get in there. They just have to go in at one end and swim, but that's fine. Cool, so that's good. I like that they've got a shelter and it's a fair way away from people, so they've got a little bit of privacy at least up there. Right, now is the fun part. Oh, hang on, I hadn't done enrichment items. Yes, there's a lot of enrichment for these guys, including actually the climbing. Oh, I didn't know that they would use these things. That's interesting. I can't imagine they go on these. No, Jaguars wouldn't go up on them, surely. Not thick enough. But I might do some sort of climbing frame. I think they have got some built-in ones. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know, they're kind of cool actually. Right, let's have a look. What do we think? See, the problem is from there, they would jump over to there and eat you, or they'd jump out of the enclosure, so I'm not too sure about that. Let's see if it was... a bit more like that. Let's see if they're going to go up on that. Yeah, so they are. Do you know what? I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I think that's quite cool because actually from up here that would look amazing if you could see one sleeping just over there. Now obviously I need to extend the legs. No, actually forget that one. Right, oh look at that, he just goes straight up there, doesn't he? I love that. Right, let's just get those extended. And that one. Excellent. I know that was a bit of a cheat because it's a built-in one, but that's fine. Don't, you know, I'm happy using the built-in thing sometimes. That is cool. Right, so now, oh no, I still haven't done the enrichment, have I? Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I get carried away because I want to do the foliage. I'm just really excited about doing loads of foliage. Right, so let's chuck some enrichment items in. Actually, we could put one up on the top here. Kind of encourage them to go up there. Let's give them a little feeder here and there. Let's give them some pumpkin. A good rubbing pad is definitely a good idea. Let's get one of them up there. And let's get another one down here. What else we got? Oh, we've got a big old scratching post. Let's get that in the corner. Ooh, the feeder. Yeah, let's get the feeder over here. Hope. Ooh, that messed the ground up a little bit. I might just need to correct that. Let's have a look. Yeah, they can still get everywhere. But yeah, I might just see if I can smooth that out. Because that did kind of... There we go. Okay, was there anything else obvious? A cardboard box, obviously. They can't not have a cardboard box, can they? And maybe a block of frozen fish if there's room. There's always room for a fish. Great. Okay, so that is their basic structure sorted out. Now I need to come into here, and I'm going to start. Excuse me. I'm going to start with bracken, because that is, I mean, it's just, oh, I just love the bracken. Bracken is my best friend. So this will go right around the outside here as well, and I'll try not to put it on the slopes too much because it doesn't really work on slopes. The good thing about this stuff is it doesn't block traversable area. Right, so then we need a load in the water as well, around here. I'm just going to keep going basically. I don't want to block the view entirely over here, so I'm not going to do too much there. But certainly around the outside it works nicely. Let's come over here. So we're going to do bracken. Oh, look at him, he's standing on top of it. That's quite funny. Let's get a load just outside here. Oops. Okay, that's good for that one. We've then got other types of bracken. I don't know, what do I want to do? I've got some small bracken. Let's get some small bits in first, actually, because there are so many other things that I want to use in here other than the bracken. Yeah, I need to look at these stairs as well, actually, don't I, and try and get them looking decent. Alright, let's come away from bracken. Let's look at ferns. So what have we got? King fern. I mean, look at that. That is the very definition of jungly, isn't it? So you can get these kind of on the outside a little bit around here, maybe. What else have we got? We've got, oh, look at that. Really big. So you can kind of use them around the outside as well as the inside. What do we, is that? Which one's the biggest? I think that's the small one. This is the biggest. They are seriously impressive ferns. You've got to keep checking, so I don't want to block the view. You know, I want it to be a challenge to see them. See, I don't mind having one or two inside, but you don't want to completely block everything. So what do we got here? Silver fern. Oh, look at that. That is stunning. That is definitely going up on the top of the waterfall there. These things are great because they just add height. They kind of make the whole thing feel more jungly. Again, let's just check. Is that, yeah, so you've got small ones, medium and big. Let's keep going with the big ones because these are just awesome. Let's create a bit of a backdrop with these guys as well. Okay, and then let's shrink down to the smaller ones. Let's get a few of these in. You can get away with having bits and pieces kind of disappearing behind rocks or into rocks, that kind of thing. You know, it's the overall effect that you're going for, really. Lovely. And then you got, look at that, you got these tiny little ones, little baby saplings that are just starting to grow. But don't worry, there's plenty more to put in. Right, so we've also got the bird nest ferns. These are one of my all-time favourite pieces in this game. These things just look great. They're just so jungly, these things. So I'm just going to keep on going. Actually, a lot of these things work well, particularly around the water here, if you align them to surface so that you can get them on the angles of the water. Because you don't want the stream looking all empty. You want to make sure the stream is looking quite jungly. Keep on going. Get some up on the rocks here. You'll always end up with the odd thing in somewhere, some silly place where it looks a bit odd, but hopefully you can spot it and move it. When you do the align to surface, you sometimes just randomly end up with things just looking really silly at the really daft angles or whatever. It's very easy to do. Let's get some more on the waterfall area. Definitely need a whole load more over here, and in fact outside here as well. And this is only the big one. I've still got the mediums to do. I probably won't do small. I don't know about the small. And let's come up here. See, this is good where you've got the slope here. You see, you can. Whoops, you see there. Very easy to accidentally put things at silly angles. Because it's attaching itself to the plant back there. Never mind. There we go. Right. Let's shrink down to the smaller one, not the really small one. I think that's going to be a bit too small. Just get some of these down. Don't need too many. So the idea is you're trying to make it look overgrown, but not silly. And it's not always easy. Don't always get it right. There's another one that I've put at a silly angle. But yeah, hopefully, come the end of it, it looks jungly, but not daft, and you can still see the animals. That's that is important. As a zoo, but then the animals like this are very secretive. So, I mean, you often go to zoos, and there are enclosures where you don't find the animals. You just can't see them. You've got to be prepared for that when you go to a zoo, because not all animals want to be seen. Right, and then a few of these lovely tree ferns. These things are just great. So I'm going to get rid of align to surface for a minute. Let's get a few different ones in. Excellent. Okay. What else have we got? Got some nice small ones here. Don't mind having a bit of open land. Just not too much. Especially because of the way I've designed this one, where you're going to be looking from up above. It's quite nice to look down, like if you're standing up here, to look down and try and spot the animals down below, walking through the little cracks in between all the plants. Okay, let's just give it a break there and see how we're looking. So if you're watching from here, I mean, you can clearly see the animal. That's good. And one over there. If you're looking in from over here, you've still got a bit of a view of the water. You've got their watering hole here. You've got some enrichment items, rubbing pad feeding thing here. And then as you come up here, yeah, I mean, it's looking quite jungly. It's getting there. Okay, we're definitely getting there. Now, what is the plant I'm looking for? The giant rhubarb. Gunnera, that's the one. Oh, is it not called Gunnera? Okay, what's it called? I know it's called Gunnera in real life because I have one. We have got these palms as well. So I might do some palms, but I really wanted to get the giant rhubarb in. It's not called giant rhubarb, is it? Oh, it is actually. They've just called it giant rhubarb. Okay. So this stuff is mental, but it looks really cool. It's lovely and jungly. It is, however, I think a blocker. So I do think you have to be very careful with where you put it. But it looks lovely in this sort of pond, swampy area. So I will have to check the traversable area, but I think I should be able to get away with a few of these dotted around. Just not too many. But they look good on the outside here. So you can create that nice jungly backdrop by having these around the outskirts. Yeah, see, so it just creates the backdrop there, so you can't really see out of the pen too much, and it would be nice for the animals as well. They'd feel nicer at home having all of this jungle stuff outside here. But yeah, let's find one and just check where they can walk, make sure they can still get around. Yeah, see, that's a problem. So if you take that out, there we go. Yeah, so you have it's so annoying. You do have to be so careful with the Gunneras. Now something is stopping them getting in the water over here. Actually, it's something stopping them getting in the water everywhere now. Okay, I'll look at that. They can still get in their bed. They can still come up around the back there, but they can't get in the water. They're getting in there. Why can they not get in anywhere else? I don't think I put any gunner here, did I? No. That's interesting. I don't think any of these other ones should be blocking their thing. Oh yeah, it looks like some of these palms are. It says they can climb them as well, which is a bit odd. I wonder. Certainly these palms have got a little exclusion zone. I wonder if this one does. Let's just delete that. Let's just delete a couple and just see if that helps. Yeah, there we go. So they can now get into the water. Yeah, it's the. I really wish they wouldn't do it with any of the plants. It'd be nice if there weren't exclusion zones around any of these things. I'm guessing it's a game thing, but it's just weird that some have a big exclusion zones and some don't. That's actually floating a little bit. So yeah, I don't entirely understand the reasoning behind it, to be honest, but there we go. Cool, so that is looking pretty good now. The last thing that I will do, and I love doing this in these sort of swampy habitats, is a bit of mist or a bit of smoke. Is it that one? No, we don't want smoke. It is, yeah, mist. Let's go large, why not? This I think works really nicely if you just get this and just sink it down in the water. Hang on, let's just get in here and make sure it's in a sensible place. There we go. Let's just bury it there. Let's have a look. Oh, just looks great, doesn't it? You don't go again. You don't be over the top with the special effects, but I think just a couple of these in here will look really nice. Whoops, wrong one. Let's get it over here, underneath the viewing area. Right, let's just let that dissipate away and see what we think. Yeah, it looks cool, doesn't it? Look at that, nice and swampy. And then a little bit more just over there. Excellent. Last thing, I think I generally like to do this is I just think these waterfalls look so much nicer if you just bury rocks in the front of them like this. Just makes them look so much more realistic, I think. Doesn't need a lot, but it just makes them look nicer coming down over the rocks, doesn't it? And in fact, I sometimes even put them up on the top as well. There we go, and then maybe just one more over here. Oh, we've got one sticking right out the front there. Let's just hide that. There we go. That looks nicer, doesn't it? I'm not going to put any. I would usually put lots of the arrowwood bush around a waterfall, but in this case, I don't think that's the right sort of plant to have in here. So that's fine. Let's just leave it as it is. Is this getting used? Not yet. Yes, call a member of staff. Come on. Excellent. Okay, I'm really happy with that. I think that is looking quite cool. Excuse me. So, oh, do you know what? Let's just check the keeper area. Actually, I just need to make sure that the keeper is still able to go everywhere. Have we got? Yes. Let's. Yeah, there we go. Good. The staff can still go everywhere. That's good. So there we go. There is our Jaguar habitat. I am really happy with that. I think that looks suitably swampy. Very cool. Brilliant. There we go. I don't know where to go with this zoo next. I don't know. What do you want to see next? I've got a few animals still in mind. I quite like the idea of some red pandas, creating a nice sort of climbing habitat for them. I guess openings at the moment, because I've kind of closed off here a bit, but I've got the food court area here with the path out here, and obviously you've got path around all of the outside here that I can do, and we've got access here. I can bring a pathway out around the back. So there's still plenty of options here, but I haven't decided what my next animal will be or what sort of enclosure I want to design next. Obviously, if you've got any suggestions or requests, then please do let me know down in the comments. But yeah, for now, let's leave it there. Good, there's still some people visiting our little exhibits down here. That's good. Cool, so there we go. Let me know what you think of my little Jaguar habitat over here. I am pretty happy with how that's looking. My next zoo, I know I keep talking about my next zoo, but I haven't finished this one yet. But I'm planning ahead for my next zoo. It's going to be a big zoo, big epic zoo, lots of customization, and even things like the fencing on pathways, pathways themselves. I'm going to try and sort of do custom pathway designs, and all the buildings. I'm going to do everything on a grand scale. I'm quite looking forward to trying that, and frankly seeing how well my computer copes. It may be a zoo where I don't let people in, because obviously the people do slow down the computer processor a lot. So if you kick all the people out your zoo, then you can keep your zoo going for a lot longer. And as much as I like doing all these sort of smaller exhibits, it's going to be a zoo with big animals in. So gorillas, elephants, giraffe, crocodiles, you know, big animals that can have big enclosures. Lots of landscaping, lots of sort of a jungly feel to a lot of it. Lots of waterfalls, because I love doing water. And lots of this sort of thing. When I created this sort of rock face around here. Lots of that sort of customization of rocks and mountains, cliff sides, that sort of stuff. So yeah, there we go. That's kind of what I'm planning next, but I'm not done with Butterfly Valley yet. I still feel like there's potential here for a few more animals to go in. I just don't know where yet. I may just do some more up around the top here and not go sideways. I might just create an edge here and sort of cap that off. I feel like I could probably do maybe one more exhibit here and then again have an edge around that. I think that looks like a natural edge, doesn't it? But then I could bring that up here, have another exhibit here and some more sort of up around the back here. So something like that. So I'll have a think between this and the next recording as to what kind of animal I want to put in next. I may have a look at an animal I've never done before. I think that'd be good. And try and come up with a good creative idea of some sort of design that I've not done as well. But yeah, let's leave it there. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate that you guys are still enjoying my series and my channel. Any feedback, please do leave comments down below. Hit the like button if you'd like to do that. That would be brilliant. And hopefully I'll see you again very soon. No, not entirely sure when I'm going to get to record another episode. Probably Tuesday now. But I think this episode is actually going to go out on Tuesday. So that should be fine. So yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye for now.